What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Icy. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and hopefully unlock the Eden. So I don't know if we're getting close to the end of the game right now. We've actually put in quite a few hours with the game. I think we're on like episode 10 or 11 or 12 at this point, which means that we're probably at about 6 hours of gameplay so far. I do like this game. The little grammatical things tend to make me stumble all the time. I think if I was just reading them in my head and I wasn't reading them out loud, I would be okay. But I think it's the fact that I'm reading them out loud that it gets me into trouble. But if you hear hammers or anything else, they're renovating the apartment next door. Luckily, like, my bitchy neighbor moved out. Like, I had a neighbor, she would always just, like, mean mug me from out of her house like I was a bad influence on her kids or something. I don't know. Here we are. Now you must leave your companions behind to keep them safe. This is the cave that they can use for shelter. I'll come back to talking shit about my neighbor that's now gone in a minute. We will make up a story. We will tell them that you got kidnapped by slavers and it took you more than 2 years to get free and come back. Why not tell the truth? I'd like to hear his motive. Because if they discover that you suffer from memory loss, they wouldn't let you take your old job so easily. You don't want to get trapped inside the Eden. You can't risk getting blocked in there, and I don't think you want to put your friends in danger either. They can't wait here for long, and it needs to go quickly. Alright, I'll try to do that and play along. You can't risk getting blocked in there. I clicked on the thing. There we go. Don't worry, everything's going to go just fine. Now, let's get to the Eden. At least we'll stop freezing. Yeah, that does sound pretty good. If you've ever been so, like, frosty cold, I hate that feeling so much. Like, when you're packing up your gear at, like, 4:30 or 5 in the morning when it's already freezing out. Like, frost all over the ground. It's, like, snowing, and you're just trying to, like, pack up a tent with your bare hands because you can't manipulate the pegs and the strings. When you've got gloves on, you're just like, ah, Jesus, it's so cold. That's, like, the most miserable. I hate that feeling. Like, where your hands are so cold that they feel like they're burning. Now, let's go. It sounds like a weird... It really does sound like an oxymoron, but seriously, sometimes my hands get so cold when I'm in that situation that it feels like they're on fire. So cold that they become hot. I don't know. That's weird. Let's go. And about your friends, tell them to start a nice fire to stay warm. We have no visuals on this area from the Eden. You start walking around the bunker towards the bunker with Boris, who's gotten down from his horse and is now on foot. After some minutes of walking, you start to remember the place around you. When you finally reach the massive gate of the bunker, you feel a sensation of familiarity. You and Boris go straight to a smaller door that gets open when you're near it. You go through and close it behind you. Then you too proceed along a poorly lit corridor. A big metal door starts to open and you see people behind it. People that belong to a past that you've forgotten. People that thought you were dead for sure. What? I can't believe it. I called Trevor as soon as I saw you two coming. It's nice to see you alive, even if you seem like one of those snow savages now. Whoa, calm down. Eveline, please, be nice with our old friend. You can't imagine what he's been through. It's been more than 2 years. When Eveline called me on the intercom, I couldn't believe it. But here you are, pretty much alive. I mean, pretty much alive. Isn't everybody totally alive? How are you pretty much alive? You either are or you aren't. It's a binary condition. What happened to you? A terrible story. I got kidnapped by slavers and managed to get free not too long ago. Then I tried to come back to Eden, and finding Boris helped me come back safely. That wasn't bad, but it wasn't... Well, what? That wasn't bad, but save it for when we'll need it. Trevor and Eveline are with us, and they're good friends, and they can know the truth. Oh, he's saying that we're bad at... Okay, he said we did an okay job at lying. I don't know, that wasn't the response that I was expecting, but, like, it would have worked organically in, like, a spoken conversation. It's just that, like, my brain was already just like, he's gonna play along, and then when he was like, you're a terrible liar, I was like, no! I failed already! I failed my dice roll. No! Alright, so anyways, we told him that we lost our memory. That's horrible. You lost them all? You remember who we are? You seem familiar to me, but that's all, at least for now. Well, I guess it's a beginning. I read something about memory loss, and that's the way it's healed. I hope you didn't lose your special touch, because we could really use an ally like... Ooh, apparently I had a special touch. Yeah, buddy. My special touch is marketable. All the boys come see me. My special touch brings all the boys to the yard. That's why we're here. Our friend is traveling with a nomad family and has real connections with the outside world. I'm sorry to lay all this responsibility on you, but we could really use your help in getting this place open to the world. Once you have your old job back, you'll have the freedom and the connections to find help among the people living in the Vale. Wait, are you going to talk to Vernon? How are you going to cover up the memory loss? Vernon's an idiot, too busy pondering about how to stay in power to actually realize what's happening. I agree, he's too distracted to notice it, but you will need to be a good actor. He's not an idiot, not as much as Boris says. Don't worry about it. Let's go get something to eat. We'll talk about the past to try to see if it jars any memories. Then we'll go to Vernon and we'll try and get your old job back. You enter another room and change your clothes to something lighter since the temperature is quite warm inside the bunker. Then you follow your old friends to the canteen where you get some food and sit at a table to eat it. That is a lot of tables. It looks like a prison cafeteria. Like the way that it's bolted down to the floor and everything. That's what it looks like. It looks like a prison cafeteria. Everything is new for you, but it seems like you're doing something that you did for your entire life. You chat with Trevor, Eveline, and Boris for like an hour, then Boris stands up. Time to go. It's been good to spend some time like the old days, but the situation here is too hot to ignore right now. So you're saying it's getting hot in here, and I already took off all my clothes, so... You're a pessimist. The universe won't blow up just because a long-lost friend gets a couple days of rest in a place that's not freezing. I'm more concerned about what we're going to feed these people that came with us that are waiting outside the Eden now. Whoa, you brought outsiders here? Isn't that a little risky? We all agreed that we need allies from the outside, and I think that the friends of a friend are a good starting point. I agree. Well, what to say? It's good to have you back. I hope we'll have another chance to talk and to remember the old times. Good luck with Vernon. You and Boris start walking around the bunker. You look around you during the trip and you see a place like you never saw before. Everything is so clean and so perfectly put into its place. It's like having a glance at the ancient world. A world where the chaos was hidden under a shroud of artificial order. You finally arrive at Vernon's office. Boris hesitates for a second before knocking, but then finds the courage to do it. Come in. You enter an incredibly tidy office where a man stands behind a big wooden desk. Great news, Vernon. Look who's back, our best outside agent. The man looks you up and down. You're supposed to be dead. Boris himself brought the bad news back. What happened? It's actually a nice story. I wasn't speaking to you, Boris. Sit down and shut up for a second. He pauses for a second. So, what happened? That extra bracket right there. Oh, never mind. It's not an extra bracket. He's emoting right there. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Daggers, daggers, daggers. It's a complex story. It begins with me and Claire traveling alone while Boris had something else to do. That's probably why we got in trouble. Okay, well, I guess I'll impress him with a good speech. We might as well make it a good one. It's quite a sad story what you're about to hear, Vernon. It all began years ago while I was traveling with Claire, working for Eden's sake. What happened exactly? 2 expert agents? What could go wrong? Everything, because 2 expert agents are 2 mere human beings. When you get surrounded by 100 slavers, there's not really any... That might be a little bit too much. Slavers, that's what happened. Too many for us. We had no chance of winning the fight, and the bastards killed Claire during it, then made a slave of me. Go on. I lived in slavery for more than a year, and the slavers traveled a lot, so when I finally managed to get free, I was really, really far away from here. It took you a long time to come back. Let's see here. It wasn't easy to understand where I was and where I should go. Then I finally recognized the mountains around the valley and was able to find Boris in the wild. And then you came back? Let's see. As soon as possible. I was eager to come back and see my home again. And what do you intend to do now that you're back? Well, I want my old job back. I've become more and more experienced, and I think it could be the perfect choice since we need so many supplies from the outside world. An interesting tale, that's for sure, but now I'll need to speak with the castle and decide what to do. Please wait outside my office. You go outside the office and close the door behind you. Boris gets closer and starts speaking in a low voice. It wasn't the best lie I've ever heard, but you didn't screw it up. The situation is desperate, so I'm pretty sure they're going to give you back your old position. You wait a few minutes, and Boris seems to be really tense and walks around the corridor in circles. The door opens, and Vernon comes out of his office. Come inside. No, not you, Boris. We need some privacy. He walks back into his office and waits for you. You go into the office and sit in a chair. Vernon looks at you for a moment before taking the word. I don't know if what you told me was the truth about your past, but you surely forgot to mention a little thing that's actually pretty important. I know you have outsiders, friends waiting for you out there. Another agent saw them coming back to Eden. Outsiders never come here. There's nothing for them. It's a barren hill. But you see, I don't much care about that either. You've been missing for a long time, and traveling in a group seems the smartest thing to do in such a cruel world. I need you to do something for the Eden, a mission of utmost importance. It's something that you have to do for me on the outside in order to get back your old job. I need you to get to a particular location. One of my agents was sent there, but we lost all contact. The place is a simple lab, hidden under a palace. If you have a map, I'll show you the exact location. We know there's a laboratory thanks to the intel in our computers, so we sent an agent to see if there's anything useful we can take back to the Eden. There's a war inside the Eden because some people want to open it to the world. I need loyal agents, and you can be one of them. I could throw you out of the Eden because of your allegiance with the outsiders, but I'll offer you a position of power instead and will allow them to come inside if you'll work for me. Think about it. You and your friends finally having a safe and warm home to return to during the winter, and now, go. You know what to do. You come out of Vernon's office and tell Boris that you got your old job back. Good. Let's go back to your friends. Then we'll travel to the warehouse, get our supplies, and talk about what needs to be done. You abandon the warmth of the Eden to come back to the white wasteland. You reach your friends and proceed to leave the cold hills to return to the warehouse. Many ask you questions about the Eden, but Boris tells them to wait until they're in a proper place to speak of what happened. Alright, so back to the warehouse we go. Trudge, trudge, trudge. Trudging through icy sludge. I hate that when it's like that sludgy snow and you're like, nah. I don't know, it always feels like it gets through the lining of your boots no matter what you do. Even if you got like nice boots, sludgy stuff, it always just seems to give... It ends with wet socks. And I hate all like any situation that ends with wet socks, I'm not pleased about. So you go back again to the warehouse where you meet Boris, or where you met Boris some time ago before going into the Eden. It seems safe. Let's talk. Yeah, I think we're all kind of overloaded with questions. The whole matter came up all of a sudden. I still can't believe that the Eden is real. I want to know more about it, but after all the pressing matters are actually taken care of, well, at least all the legends make sense now. We're not talking of a magical land where the sun actually works. It's a bunker, something realistic, something real. Well, our friend will explain everything that you want or need to know. Now I need to go back. There are things that must be taken care of in the Eden. Boris turns to you and smiles. Remember, you have to pretend to be Vernon's lackey, so do what he asks, even if it isn't related to our little conspiracy. And that's the location where you'll be able to find the wolf pack. Be careful, they're dangerous. I wish you the best of luck, but I gotta get back. Boris jumps on the back of his horse and starts going back to Eden. You see him disappearing into the mist. So, you gonna talk, or do we need to beg you? You don't want to see an old man begging on his knees. Alright, well I can answer a few questions. You briefly explain what you saw and what's happening inside the Eden. It takes half an hour, but then everybody seems satisfied enough with your answers. Good, now I'm starting to understand what's really happening. I don't like it. What will we be, pawns in somebody else's hands? I don't mind being a pawn if they can make some room for us inside that bunker. I'm sick of having a frozen ass all the time. The inverse swamp ass? Yeah, froze ass. That seems like it would totally suck though too, like if your snow clothes were too warm for like the butt area, but the rest of your clothing was warm enough for the snow, so like technically like your hands and feet are cold, but you've also got swamp ass at the same time. That would just be like a triple whammy that I don't know if I can handle day after day after day. This is our chance, not only to free ourselves from the eternal cold that haunts us, but to be the ones who will be able to change the destiny of the Eden. It all seems too good to be true, but it's so good that I don't care about the risks. I'll be here at your side, fighting for a better future for all of us. If you ask me, this could be huge, awesome. The Eden is a legendary place. We have to find a way to get accepted to it. My parents used to tell me stories about the Eden. I never really thought they could be true. Not at all. Everybody gets ready to walk again on the white wasteland with new hopes and fears inside of their hearts. Alright, well, we can scavenge again, so I might as well throw down on that. We find ourselves a chest. I'm going to pry it open real quick. And upon prying, we find ourselves a shovel, an axe, 2 hammers, 3 fuel. Sounds pretty good to me. A bunch of tools inside a crate. Let's jump off. Oh, actually, it looks like we got to go into the middle of the forest right there. Alright, well, let's make for this building. We need to scavenge more. We haven't been getting a whole lot of food, so it might be a wise idea to start making our way back to somewhere where we can, like, rest and resupply. I don't know, the food situation's looking a little bit dire. Carefully scavenge the area. While looting, you find a safe in a wall. We can... let's blow it open. We find a lighter. That's a new piece of loot that we've never seen before. A little bit of fuel and a rope. Nothing that I super-de-duper-de want, but I think I should probably make a run for... maybe the Veil? Possibly? I don't know. Let's go up to there for right now and we'll scavenge it. You find yourself surrounded by some poorly equipped raiders. They outnumber you and angrily ask for food, otherwise they're going to kill you. I'm going to threaten them. You have to fight. That didn't work. Well, they're definitely not getting my food, because that's like the one thing that I don't have much of. Fight in melee! They receive 83 damage and minus 17 morale. You take 9 damage and 2 morale. Well, next turn, they're about to have a bad day. You see an enemy leader. Taking him down will give you a great advantage. Shoot him until he falls on the ground. He apparently dodged the bullet. He was like, wub, 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 wub. And he went all Matrix mode on it and just, like, dodged it. I'll probably engage in a melee fight, and then they're all gonna die. It doesn't look like they're dealing much more damage, so I don't know. Maybe story mode is the same difficulty as normal. I have no idea. You have killed every enemy. The fight is over, you slaughtery, killy bastard. I think I'll probably go for that spot right there, because we need to scavenge or forage or... oh, it's not gonna let me? Shit. Well, that's not good. Let's get out of the forest then. Actually, we may have to cross this and go up to a different forest. No, I don't want to do this right. I was way off to the left of the push bin. I was super far away. You finally reach the place where Boris said the wolf pack rests in between jobs. It's a country house surrounded by a reinforced fence and with a wooden guard tower built inside the perimeter. There's smoke coming from a chimney, so there must be somebody inside. You can't go further without risking being detected, so now's the time to think about a plan. We need to proceed with care. I think we have enough brains to come up with a decent plan, something different than simply attacking them. We need to wait for the night if we want to get near their shelter without being seen from the tower. I can also see a guard. I guess I can see a guard over there. Weren't there just supposed to be 3 of them? I'm not saying to run to the fence screaming, but they won't survive if we make our number count. Any idea, glorious leader? I don't think you're going to lure anybody with any tactical sense out of their defensive position. I mean, I don't think sieging the place is going to work. They're obviously well equipped. We need a diversion. Something's going to make them come out. I think we can burn something and start a fire, but that'll be suspicious. Alright, well, we'll make a distant fire. Maybe they'll come out fearing that a group of nomads or bandits might be camping near their hiding place. If they send just one man to check the fire, we'll have a chance to take him out easily. Alright, let's do it. We're trying the mountain blade technique. You know how you set the fire in order to draw the guards away from the prison? You send some of your companions to start a fire far from where the wolf pack are hiding, and when you wait for the guard, and then you wait for the guard to notice the fire. When he finally notices the smoke, he rapidly goes down the tower and runs into the house. Then, after a few minutes, 4 people come out, well armed. They quickly open the gate and start walking right where you prepared an ambush for them. Yay, you faced the legendary wolf pack. Melee! Ugh. Oh, that didn't go very well. They did 39 damage. You see an enemy running away from the fight. Shoot him! Yeah! 5 damage. Can I throw a grenade anywhere? Is that possible? I don't know. I guess we can keep just like fighting them and hope that we make it. We did 85 and they did 39. And we're losing morale pretty quickly though. You see an enemy leader. Taking him out could give you a great advantage. Take him down with a single shot. Let's shoot him until he falls on the ground dead. Nothing happened. Well then, fall back. Fall back. So, oh, falling back doesn't, it makes you take damage? Okay, so one of the enemies has a flamethrower and he starts advancing towards you. Shoot him with my gun. Yay! It looks like we're kind of winning, but I don't know. We take 77 damage right there from the shootout. You're receiving fire from flanks. The enemy is shooting at you from a vantage point. Dude, there was only like 3 guys. Block their line of sight with that thing right there. Sounds pretty good. I will probably use firearms to continue shooting at them in their face holes. 34 and 7 right there. Things are kind of turning around. Another smoke grenade on the flanks. Keep shooting at them. We got to make sure that we don't take any... We're actually getting ahead right now, which I think is pretty important. I am going to... He's trying to... Hostile bowman is shooting an arrow at your companion. Shoot him with a single shot. Yeah, you successfully shoot him. There's my bullet right there. It's like zoop, piff, and down he goes. Zoop, slow-mo. Firearms again. We're taking a lot of morale damage right now, but our only hope is that we get their HP down before it happens. You see an enemy running from the fight. We fire a shot and take him down. And then firearms again. Hopefully we can do the next part. The enemy starts doing heavy fire on your position. Smoke grenade! And so we block their line of sight. And then I think that should be it right there. That was a hell of a firefight, though. You killed every enemy. The fight is... Didn't we need to question them, though? Like, don't we need to know the position? Like, where are our guys? The fight is over. You were victorious. The wolf pack has finally been found and defeated. Well, it won't give us our friends back, but at least these people got what they deserved. And we're a step closer to the moment that we'll be able to save our long-lost companions. That too... Well, we killed everybody. You gotta question somebody. We've done nothing but chase after these guys the last few months, and now it doesn't feel like we're any closer to being done with the whole matter. We can say that the Eden situation caught us a little unprepared. I just wonder when we'll be able to stop considering all this messed up stuff as a daily routine. We should at least check their bodies and start in their hiding place. It could be nice to put our hands on that kind of nice stuff that they had. Maybe later. I'm still contemplating this long-awaited moment. That's probably the first time I've seen you smile. Well, we had to kill some people to achieve that, but it was really worth it. Killing people for a smile. Tanya chuckles. Oh, shut up, you moron. Don't ruin the moment. Just live it. You talk too much. You spend your time inspecting the hiding place. It's just a fortified house that the Wolfpack used in between jobs. It's pretty messed up, and it takes you some time to find something actually useful among all the rubbish laying around. Got everything packed up and we're ready to go, so let's leave this place. That's it, huh? We got 10 food left. Like, I need to make it to a scavenge point, like, right now. Like, if I could hit that and then hit that, we might be okay to make a run to the ammo nation. And then from there, we could buy more food, but it's still going to be a close one, because I think they only had, like, 10 food up there. So I don't really know what the best plan is. Maybe hit that, hit that, hit that. Go across, hit that, go down to the Vale, then down to there, and then maybe loot back down to here, or maybe even make a full run down to the south and buy more supplies. I don't know. We're going through food, like, really, really rapidly right now, though. So, did we get anything useful? We've got what looks like some sort of machine gun right there. The game always has trouble, though, with me, like, unplugging stuff. So, there we go. We'll take that. And then, if I put that right there, what is this right here? What does it do for me? An elite sniper rifle. Distant targets are not a problem. It does 4 damage. Well, hell yeah, elite sniper rifle time. What is that right there? An elite assault rifle? That's mod 3. Oh, my God. Alright, well, let's take that then. That's mod 3. That's crazy good. I want that, like, right this second. We also need to sit down and heal people. That was the first fight we've had the entire game that actually almost took us out. We almost had troubles. Got some new armor right there, too, although the inventory system sometimes seems a little odd. So what does this armor do? A bulletproof vest with 1.5 damage reduction? That'll be cool. Where can this go? Like, I don't know why sometimes it won't, like, drag and drop things out of my inventory, but that's better for me right there. So I'm gonna use it. And then on this side, where'd the guns go? I want the elite assault rifle. Hell yeah. So now I have my elite ponage all ready to go out here on the wasteland. It looks like we've also got some bombs and some other random stuff in here. We got a pretty interesting supply of weaponry. Oh, that was an RPG for a second. Nothing to throw it with, but we got an RPG we can carry around and look tough. I think our stats should be through the roof after that. We should probably start raising things up. So I'm probably going to raise our combat skills. I had a rogue hiccup right there. Happens. It happens. Given the fact that our hunting hasn't been going so well either, I should probably raise that. But our combat has been a little bit weird lately. I haven't felt like we've been doing a very good job in combat, especially after that last fight. I was like, that didn't go so well. Make our hunting better because we need more food. Like, seriously, we really, really, really need more food. Alright, so we got that. We need to sit down and go through our party. Yeah, people are pretty jacked up right now. And I've got more than enough medical supplies to fix it, so let's get them all nice and healed. Wow. I might need to stock up on some medical skills. That did not work out so great. Alright, northward we go in the hopes that we don't run out of food before we get there. I'll probably try and scavenge everything we can along the way. Food is really low though, so bad things could happen. I'm gonna go into the forest first and get the food. We're in a relatively open place, so we're gonna hunt here for 24 hours. We find a bear. I'll use a trap to block the bear, and you kill it. The bear wasn't alone. Another one lets out a furious roar and starts charging at the group. Shoot it! Shoot it in the face and take its meat. Derive sustenance from its flesh. There we go. So we've got 15 food now to last a little while. We ran out of fuel. I think I should scavenge here just in case. We find a small town. While scavenging the village, you find a police station. We can grapple on in, or we can blow up the secondary door. Let's grapple in. We get to the roof and explore the building, and we ended up getting a little bit of medical supplies. That's good because we're low. Fuel, some bullets, some bombs. I don't know what the police needed a bomb for, but apparently the police needed some dynamite, so you know what? I'm not going to question it. And also a sewing kit. I'm going to try and make it out to this little gathering spot right here because they tend to be pretty lucrative, but it's a bit of a risk. We're making a run right now. I don't know. So let's go ahead and spend a bunch of time gathering food. We got 13 and 13 right there. I don't know if we're going to have enough food to make it. Like, our food is dropping off like so quickly, and the yields are just so minimal from every single location that I don't really know what we're going to do, but this is a good spot to break off the episode, so I'm going to stop here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Icy. I will see you all next time. Hi-do, everybody. I'll see you there.